Hi everyone. This week we're thinking we're going to do a bit different video than usual.
Because it's November and this November marks 3 years since we started building Run 3.
Yeah.
So today we're gonna do a little throwback, talk about how much we've done so far, where we are today, and where we're going. Let's take a look at what the past 3 years have been like. We started building Run 3 in 2022, and she's going to be a 52-foot sailboat with a deck house. We knew the ideas and the characteristics we wanted, and then our naval architect Ulf Rageberg turned that into a design that reflects our vision.
Okay.
Run 3 has a sandwich hull consisting of a cedar wood core with fiberglass and epoxy laminate on both sides. The boat is built to be a fast and comfortable offshore sailboat, easily managed by 2 people. She has 3 watertight bulkheads, 3 cabins, a big utility room and 2 heads. The keel will be a long fin keel and she will have 2 steering wheels and 1 rudder. We haven't decided which engine we'll get, but it will most likely be a diesel engine on 90 to 100 horsepower. In May 2024, we flipped the hull over twice to get the right side up, and we did it all by ourselves, which was nerve-wracking but such a cool experience. Hur mycket tror du att det väger?
100 kronor.
100 kronor? During that summer, we removed all the temporary frames from the hull. Then we laminated the inside. In December, we finished the floors and stringers, and we could move on to making the first bulkhead. During spring this year, it was all about making bulkheads, installing them and then tabbing them. With most of the bulkheads in place, we started building the deck. During the fall, we built the cockpit and started working on the interior.
Yeah, building your own boat is definitely an endurance game and not a sprint. And yeah, sometimes in different parts of the build, you really struggle to keep the motivation up. And I think for the past year, the biggest challenge has been all that vacuum bagging. The lamination works that we've been doing on these panels has been the hardest part of the work.
There's really been a lot of bulkheads that we built ourselves, you know, using the PET foam and then laminating that and vacuum bagging it.
Yeah, there's so much preparations just to get a finished panel, the finished material that you later on are going to make into a piece of the boat.
And all this repetitive work.
Yeah.
So, and that also makes it mentally tough to keep going sometimes.
Definitely. Making all of these sandwich panels has at the same time been very rewarding because they have transformed like a naked hull into a boat now. That we have the deck in place and all the bulkheads, most of the structure of the boat is there now. So that has been a great motivator to feel that you could see the boat changing shape.
It really paid off
fast.
all that work. And that's how it is through the whole build.
Yeah.
Every little piece you do, you moving forward.
Yeah, but the problem is that sometimes that's hard to see, but with the bulkheads, it's been a pretty fast visual progress for sure.
So were there any mistakes made this year? We talked about it earlier and we came up with one, which was the bulkhead that we had to cut out after we had put it in place and tabbed it.
When we did those semi-bulkheads for the reinforcement for the lower shrouds, when I mounted the bulkhead in front of that, I didn't think of that we needed to have space to be able to do the tabbing for that semi-bulkhead. And it became pretty obvious when it was time to build that. So in the end, we just decided to remove that bulkhead. That was faster than to working in a really strange position.
And it wasn't a mistake that took us weeks to fix.
No,
it was an extra day, maybe day or two.
Maybe two.
But that's like the mistake that came to mind. Yeah, but
I mean, of course, every day there's small mistakes for sure, but nothing major.
But now moving forward,
yes,
there's a higher likelihood of making mistakes because the build goes into a much more complex phase now with all the system and gear installations. Yeah,
you need to think a lot more ahead now. And like we said before, we don't have a finished blueprint for the whole boat, every detail in the boat, because we couldn't afford that. So we need to come up with a lot of stuff at the same time as we're building the boat, more or less. So a lot of evenings goes into try to think ahead. What are we doing this week? And can we do this now without obstructing some work that we need to do later on? Or make it harder to install some gear or doing some installation later.
But maybe the good thing is that those mistakes might be a bit smaller and easier to fix than if, for example, if we would have made like a major mistake building the hull, for example.
The keel grid or something like that. So it feels really good now that we have the foundation of the boat. I mean, we have the shape, all the dimensions of the boat are there, the keel grid, the hull, the deck.
Yeah, and some of the interior structure is there as well.
Yeah, the bulkheads.
So now we talked about things that we've done for the past year and before that. But what's up for the next year, the coming year? Well, our focus will be to continue working on the interior, but maybe also to build the stern of the boat and finish the deck house.
start building the deck house really.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the combing, but we still need the sides of the house, and the roof will be a challenge because we have that restriction with the ceiling height in the barn. But that's what we're thinking now. But
that can change.
Yes.
And that's a little bit how this, build works. And that's mainly because we are also filming this. And maybe it's not obvious in every video that the actual filming takes quite a lot of time and, planning what we're going to film and how. So all in all, we think that the build takes around 20% longer because of all the documentation, the filming that we're doing.
Yeah,
and
somewhere
around there. And also the way, sometimes we've been working on something and then the next video, no, now we're going to start working on this. And that's also mainly because we try to make the content and the videos a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, because as you all have seen, some phases throughout the build so far has been really repetitive. Lots of long stretches of us doing more or less the same for a lot of videos.
The laminating, the strip planking, the laminating of the hull, and the
sanding, and
fairing.
And of course, that can be a challenge sometimes to make an interesting video about that every week. So sometimes we feel that we need to, let's shift the focus a bit and do something else for a while. And that's a little bit what we're doing now, starting on the interior, even if we still have some design work to do on the stern. But it feels nice also for us,
of course,
to shift focus when you have this big, massive lamination job. So for me, it feels really nice now to have some smaller projects to focus on.
We can also focus in the design and in the build on a bit different things, more like details that's actually going to be there in the end.
Yeah.
So that's also motivating in itself. But we think that if we wouldn't have planned the films, those videos would be even more longer with those repetitive jobs.
Yeah, because in a way, documenting and filming this project, making episodes on YouTube about this, it definitely affects how we're building the boat. And maybe, that can be hard to explain sometimes when a lot of people may be watching the videos thinking, why are they building it in this order? And because I'm pretty confident that if we would have just built this boat without YouTube, we would have done a lot of the things a bit differently, a bit more efficient maybe. But we like to make these videos, and without making the videos, this wouldn't have been possible. So it's definitely worth the extra time. And we also get a lot of nice and good input from the viewers, from you watching the videos.
Which also helps a lot with the motivation.
Yeah, definitely. All the nice comments about everything.
It's also good that the videos are in real time.
Yeah,
because we can really make use of your tips.
I mean, now moving into more details in the boat, it's quite easy actually to miss something that you might have, you haven't thought about it. And when you read the comments, a lot of times I was like, that's a good point actually. And I can take an example. Last week when I did the conduits and started to prepare for the electricity in the forward cabin, I was thinking about the lights and everything, but one thing that I have forgot was fans. I hadn't thought about that, and of course
we've been talking about it, of course, before, but just when we were that week, we didn't talk about it and think about it.
And I totally missed that. And when we read through the comments, and of course, there were some comments about you need some fans in there, and that's really nice getting a heads up on things that we might have missed.
Exactly. So in a way, this boat building project is you know, it's much bigger than just the two of us building our boat ourselves.
Yeah.
It's, you know, sharing it with the whole YouTube community, everyone who follows us.
Yeah, it feels like we're building the boat together with
Exactly.
everyone watching in a
Yeah.
way.
So which makes it even more, you know, special.
For sure. Feels crazy that we have spent 3 years building the boat already in a way. Sometimes it feels like we've been building on this boat forever. But in another way, it feels like we got home for yesterday from sailing. And when we started out, we said 5 years. That would be like the schedule for building the boat. And now, 3 years in, we're thinking more 5 to 6 years, probably 6 years will be the amount of time that we need to finish the boat.
Yeah, and it feels more realistic.
Yeah.
In a way.
So another 3 years, so that means that we will hopefully finish the boat in 2028.
And be ready to cast off the lines summer 2029.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
That's the plan. And that's because it's really hard. You read a lot online, other home-built boats, how much time does it take? And it's really hard because every boat is different. And
things can happen, you never know.
Yeah.
So it's important to stay humble when you have such a big project that we have, and you know, it's also in our lifestyles.
Yeah.
So we just wish that we stay healthy and that everything goes
because it's
to plan and goes well.
It's also important to not burn yourself out. I mean, we work a lot, but we also try to have some spare time. So it's better that it takes 6 years than 5 if we, by doing 1 year extra, can have some, a better life, really.
Yeah, of course.
So that's how we see it.
But I don't feel like it's so far in the distance.
No, actually, I think now when you're a bit older, I mean, when you were younger, 3 years was an a lot of
eternity.
Yeah,
but I think nowadays 1 year is almost nothing.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, after you have kids, time goes so much faster.
Yeah.
And it just goes on, and it's a new season. It's winter, then winter is long though, but it's summer and then it's winter again, and then you wait for summer and it's summer again.
But to wrap this up a bit, I think that we're not too far off what I was thinking from the start, time-wise in the build.
And I think we can say the same also for the financials, right?
Yeah, I mean, talking about the financials, I mean, if you talk about the work on the boat, the whole project, at least to my mind, is a bit front-heavy. A lot of the heavy work is done in the beginning, building the hull, making all those structure, big things, and then to the end you have smaller projects, it gets a bit easier.
But more costly.
Yeah, but the finances are the other way around. It's not that costly in the beginning, it's mostly material for the boat.
And man hours.
Yeah, I mean, it costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
So far we spent somewhere between 70 to 80,000 US dollars on material for the boat, and that's excluding all machines and tools.
And the farm.
Yeah, of course, the farm. So it's just stuff that has gone into the boat.
And the single biggest post or cost so far, guess what it's been?
I won't let you wait. It's been the epoxy. It's been mind-boggling, the amount of epoxy that we have used. 6 barrels soon.
Around $20,000.
Yeah, on epoxy. So epoxy has been a big thing.
But if you compare it to things that we still we haven't got for the boat.
Yeah, that was
what we were talking about. Yeah. There will be maybe several posts in that size, amount of money.
Yeah. The costly things in building a boat will come at the end. The mast, the motor, all the gear.
Sails.
Yeah, sails. all of that, and that will come at the end. The good thing with that is that we have time to save up some money for that. But you definitely have to think ahead. And talking about the finances, it's been, as you probably all know, the inflation has been pretty bad the last couple of years, so that hasn't made it easier to predict and making a good budget for the whole project. From the start, we thought, what was it, like 300,000 to 350,000 US dollars for the whole thing. But now we're probably closer to 400, maybe 450. Because of inflation, stuff has gone up a lot in price. But hopefully we can still pull through, and maybe we have to change our minds on some stuff that we wanted to have.
Some of the gear.
Yeah, we'll just have to see how much money we have left at the end.
So some other posts that we spent a lot of money on is, for example, the vacuum bagging material.
Yeah, that's around $7,000 on just the vacuum bagging, the breather film, the release film, all that stuff that is not going into the boat is waste really, but we need it, and it's pretty costly. So $7,000 on just that. And
fiberglass.
6,000-7,000 somewhere in that realm on fiberglass. 1,500 on carbon fiber. PT foam, $6,000 on the PT foam sheets. All the timber going into the hull and all that.
That we talked about before.
Yeah, that whole batch, that was around $9,000 for the whole lot, including one of the saws, one machine.
Since we moved back on land and bought the farm, started this project, we haven't only worked on the boat build. We've done a lot of things on the farm as well.
Yeah.
You know, we renovated the roof and the facade on the house. Did a lot of things on that last year, last fall. And this spring, for example, we built the deck down there with the barrel sauna and the hot tub.
Yeah.
And this spring, we also renovated our attic of the house, which we haven't showed yet. We just haven't had the time to show it. So we have now moved upstairs. We have our bedroom. Vera has her room, and we have a bathroom and like a small living room and stairs going up. It's not 100% finished.
No.
We have to finish the details ourselves because during the spring we had help with this project up here. Yeah. But the house feels so much bigger, which is nice, and investing a little bit in the farm. And this year we got married.
Yeah.
we almost forgot about that.
Yeah.
And Vera has now started school, so there's been a lot of events this past year only.
Yeah, but I'm thinking next year we need to dial down the other projects surrounding here on the farm, because
there are so many things I want to do in the garden, but I think we have to put it on hold. So we're 3 years into the build, and we're really excited for what the next year has in store for us on the build and in our lives. Yeah. But we're so happy and thankful for you guys that you're watching and continue to encouraging us. It's really helpful. Yeah, and feel assured that we read all the comments, and it means a lot with all the motivation that we get. Unfortunately, we don't have the time to answer all of the comments, but we definitely read all of them. And thanks to everyone who supports our production on Patreon. Yeah. And just if you haven't subscribed to our channel, it really does help, like with the YouTube algorithm. Yeah. So we'll be so happy if you would subscribe. And we see you again next week already. Yeah. So until then, take care. Bye-bye. Bye.